is up? It is that time again. Yakin with Yukon is back at it. How you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Forewarning, my allergies are at an all-time horribleness. So if I'm coughing and sneezing, that's why I'm not sick or anything like that. But my allergies have been kicking my ass and my kids' asses all well, like 2 weeks. It's been horrible. There's some kind of tree here in Oklahoma that we're not used to, and it's just blowing everything up. So apologize if I'm coughing and sneezing out of my mind. I've been doing it all week. So forewarning. How you guys doing? Nobody in the chat yet. You guys are slackers. Get on the chat. Let's go. Nobody's here. That's all right. I've got a great special guest today, guys. LeBron Fett, awesome guy, Power Ranger guy, Star Wars guy, all the above. Also in our group chat in Instagram. It's Sunday night, and very excited to have him. Very happy to talk with him. Glad he's going to be a guest. So we'll get to talking with LeBron. A little bit of a weird weekend for me. I will have a toy hunt video out tomorrow, but it's going to be kind of just what was around here. My son was sick and stuff. So count on a toy hunt video from me tomorrow, but it's not going to be anything special. So I'll just forewarn you on that. So, all right. Well, if you guys are here, introduce yourselves. Get in the comments. I'm not seeing anybody yet, but if you are, introduce yourselves and we'll get going here. Let's go ahead and let me kick up LeBron's music here and we will get on with the show. Here we go. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. You?
Good, man. Doing good. Doing good. All right. Windy Billy Figs, what's up, man? And G-Force Racing. What's going on, buddy?
G-Force.
How you guys doing? So what's up, man? How you been? What's going on in your world?
Doing pretty good. Just finished up a review. Going to be posting it tomorrow, but for Izzy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you just find that today?
Ordered it off of Amazon because I couldn't find it around here. But
right on.
Yeah.
What's the name of that figure? I'm not sorry, man. I'm not.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, dude. It's the Dino Fury green Power Ranger.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Cool, man. Well, looking forward to that. I've been checking out your channel a little more, beefing up on this stuff, so I know who you are. So how's YouTube been treating you lately? I've seen your subs have really started to bump up lately, which is great, man.
Yeah. So I started doing Gundam stuff too. And that kind of boosted up a lot. And so, yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
I do have a few more kits to build for the channel, but yeah.
Cool. So, all right, well, let's get going on it. Let me welcome a couple other people. Payne's Toy Samples, what's up, buddy? Diane, hello. And Wendy Billy Figs already welcomed you. So I'm an extremely cool person, apparently. I don't know if I agree with him on that, but okay. All right, man. So let's dig in here. Rolando, guys, we're not going to ever have a chat without Rolando, right? All right, so let's dig in a little deeper. Let's get to know you better. Give us a backstory, man. Give us a backstory. What got you into collecting? Kind of your go-to when you were a kid, and just what the draw and the lure with action figures is for you.
Okay. So I kind of always had them since I was born, I think. My dad used to buy me Star Wars figures, and my bedtime stories was never like Three Little Bears and all that. He would tell me stories of Boba Fett.
Nice.
So yeah, so
nice.
Always a huge Star Wars fan. So started collecting, and that'd be what I always spent my allowance on was, just more Star Wars figures. And then I got into Marvel shortly after, and then Power Rangers came out, and so yeah.
So what was your favorite toy growing up? What was your favorite action figure? Was it Boba Fett?
Yeah, it was Boba Fett.
Nice.
Yeah, my dad always got me every Boba Fett that was for me. But yeah, so I always had like this elaborate setup behind me, like on my bookshelves and stuff, where I would be telling a story with the figures and stuff. And
nice.
Yeah,
very nice. Do you still have any of the old figures you had as a kid, or are those?
I do.
Oh, nice.
I've got two that survived the fire. My dad gave me his original C-3PO and Greedo.
Okay. Cool.
From the original line.
Cool.
So
nice.
Every other one, my house burned down. So yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay. But you didn't do it. My sister did.
Well, you made it out, so that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
The most important thing. All right. So Boba Fett. Boba Fett's kind of your man. What is it about Boba Fett that just really draws you to that character?
So it was the Legends material.
Mm,
Not really anything shown in the movies as much as the the books, especially like Bloodline. Like he's dying of essentially clone cancer, and they're like, okay, well, if you find the scientist, they can help you out. And he goes, okay, how much you want me to find them for you?
right, right.
And like stayed true to himself no matter what, and
Mm,
always honor, never like took the bribe to let somebody go or something. You know,
right,
and
right.
he had a cool helmet. So
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing for everybody. He looks cool, you
mhm.
know. So being with that, what did you think about Book of Boba Fett? Did you think that was that everything you wanted it to be and you hoped it was? Yeah, I figured you were gonna say no.
Yeah, like, and it was you had the episodes of The Mandalorian right before it,
Okay,
where you had Legends Boba Fett pop up. Where he popped up, the stormtroopers knew they messed up, they had made bad decisions, you know, wiped them out, and then Book of Boba Fett happened, and it's almost like he's playing a different character completely.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I
It
felt
is a
that way
lot better
too.
binge though.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I actually need to do that because it was just so slow. Did it feel like it was really slow to you? I mean, it took
Yeah,
like, it didn't really get going until the Mandalorian showed up. I thought,
yeah.
but what do you think they could have done better? What would you like to see as a fan to make Boba Fett into what you always thought of him as a kid?
Instead of doing flashbacks, having it a complete straight line
Okay,
instead, that would cut up the pacing. But I mean, just adding him actually bounty hunting or doing something other than just going up. And I don't get what the Cad Bane at the end going, "Oh, you're just a killer like me." It's like Boba Fett shot someone with a rocket like 2 episodes ago. I don't know.
right.
I don't know why you think he ain't gonna kill nobody.
Right. Well, and that's a bounty hunter's way. They're going to get
Yeah,
it no matter what they got to do. Right. So
exactly.
it's like, that's not, one thing that I kind of wanted to see was, it was cool to do the flashbacks and stuff,
Yeah,
but I kind of wish they'd do the flashbacks how we actually got into the bounty. I mean, I guess we kind of
exactly.
got that a little bit in the Clone Wars and that sort of thing, but there was a
Yeah,
good gap there between the Clone Wars and between Return of the Jedi, kind of
yeah.
see where he got into it and that sort of thing. I thought that would have
And
maybe
not to
looked a
mention
little better.
a lot of people didn't watch like that was watching it are people that came over from Mandalorian, not people from Clone Wars. So they
Right.
didn't see Boba Fett growing up, being raised by Aura Singh and stuff,
Right. Right.
And
Exactly. Exactly. Gary's Grails, what's up, my man? Matt about toys. Matt, he will be my guest next week, so he's getting the dry run here, seeing what he's going to go through. And Gary, have you damned Ed yet today? Because you need to if you haven't, Gary. So he got us back into GI Joes. You guys all know the story, but all right. So Boba Fett. Shifting gears a little bit from Boba Fett, I just
yeah.
want to ask you this while it's on my mind. How are you enjoying the Mandalorian since it's been back so far?
I definitely like it. But like, yeah. Is it okay to say spoiler or anything? Or I don't know if
Man, if they
y'all
haven't
watch.
seen it by now, then they deserve a spoiler. Go
Okay.
for it.
Yeah. So the only thing is, I don't get how she was like, okay, well, you got to show me proof. It's like, what is he going to be like? Okay, well, that fifth step, you really got to watch out for it.
Right, that's a doozy. Watch out for that. Right, right,
Like that's how when he
right.
gets back the fifth step, that's what he's going
I
to go with.
I would agree with that. It just, the problem that I had, we'll go on a little bit of review
Yeah.
since we're here. Why not?
Yeah.
The problem I had is it's like I watched the same episode twice.
Yeah.
I watched The Mandalorian do exactly the same things that Bo Katan did,
Yeah.
and it was like it was split into two. So it was a little that, and we spent the entire first episode. The Mandalorian was so hell bent on having IG-11 as his droid, but then
Yeah.
he goes to Tatooine, and she's like, "Here, take this droid." He's like, "Okay." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!" The first episode just seemed like it was
Like it was
pointless to
super
me.
important. Yeah.
Right, right. And then all of a sudden it just wasn't. So I mean, I don't know if I know everybody's freaking out about the creature. We won't say the
Yeah.
creature, but the creature at the end. How did you feel about that? Was that, I
Uh,
mean, did you see it coming?
I didn't see it coming, honestly. It made me very happy to see it. I have
Mhm.
one tattooed on my shoulder right here,
Oh, nice,
but
nice,
yeah,
nice.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely, when the eye opened up and
Oh, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, when you know, right?
yeah,
Right. So, well, let's hope it does. I mean, I think it's okay. The Mandalorian has such high, for me,
yeah,
it has high expectations. I don't think for me it's been met yet. So I'm hoping that it does get going up a little bit. So
yeah,
we'll see.
and it hasn't had that like big driving thing like it does
That
most seasons.
I agree with you, man. That's one thing that is a problem.
Yeah.
There's not like we've already accomplished the goal. We've already
Yeah.
gone to Mandalore. What's the
Yeah.
goal now? What's the driving force now? So, man, I'm totally with you on that. I would agree with that for sure. Legacy Nerd, what's up, man? Good
Hey,
to
like I
have
said,
you here,
Hollywood.
buddy. All right. So, guys, as usual, if you have any questions for LeBron, as I'm going along, put them in the chat. We'll be sure to ask him. So, I got to ask you,
Yeah.
LeBron Fett, where did you come up with that name? Like we
Uh,
don't know.
LeBron's my first name. I mean, my middle
Oh,
name.
LeBron. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
LeBron's my middle name, and I'm a junior, so I go by my middle name,
Gotcha. Gotcha. I
and
just
so
thought you liked LeBron James.
most people do, but I am happy he got famous because people can actually pronounce my name now.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Okay. So LeBron Fett. Gotcha. Gotcha. I really assumed that you just liked LeBron James and you
Yeah.
liked Boba Fett, but there we go. That makes total sense. So, all right, cool. Um, so what's your go-to line right now? What line has got you the most excited? And tell us why.
Okay, so if I'm out looking, the thing I'm going to look for most is Power Rangers, just
Okay.
because around here there is no Black Series, and I'm always a huge Power Ranger fan anyway. So you know, yeah, I actually picked this one up too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Right on. Right on.
but yeah, that and Gundams.
Gundams. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What is it about Power Rangers that just kind of hits it for you?
So when it came out, I was super small and stuff, so the entire craze about it, when I was a kid, and then just seeing how it grows over the age, like that's why I love the in space season. It is Star Wars and Power Rangers together, and
Right.
like there's even a line where the Blue Ranger says, "I just checked the Dagobah system." So
Nice.
yeah,
There you go. There's your crossover, right?
yeah, exactly.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
And it crossed over with Ninja Turtles. So
Right. Yeah, I actually saw those. I found a couple of those at Ross the other day, which I should have asked you guys if you needed those. But oh,
oh,
actually, yeah,
well,
the Ninja Turtles. Yeah,
yeah.
those look good. Those look good. What's coming out that got you excited as far as the Legacy line goes?
I'm excited about the new Tommy coming out.
Okay.
Just because it's going to complete the team too, and I'm excited about that. Black Series wise, though, I'm very excited uh, about the new. Sorry, drawing a blank.
Okay.
I have trouble saying her name because I pronounced it wrong for so many years. Bastila.
It's either Bastila or Bastila.
Yeah,
One of the
and
two. I don't.
exactly. And
Yeah,
I
I
always
don't
heard it
know.
like I'll
Yeah.
learn to read it, and then it was like,
Right.
oh yeah,
Right.
you're actually dyslexic, so that's not what it says.
I would agree. Bastila Sean does look good. Malik is definitely
Yeah.
a big one that we need to go with Revan. So I would agree with you.
Oh yeah. KOTOR
Yeah.
was like when you find out that you are
Oh yeah.
Revan at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. And all those characters are cool. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I wish they would just make them all. To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
I can't
So,
wait for Mission.
yeah. Yeah, I think that looks really good too. So let's talk about Black Series a little bit because that's definitely something you and I have a lot in
Oh
common.
yeah.
How are you doing on Black Series? Are you pretty well caught up with that, or are you a
Um
completionist as far as Black Series goes?
so for the most part I try to I do a lot of toy photography, so I try to collect around the photography.
Okay,
So
all right.
like if a character is going to stand out too much by itself, like as much as I wanted the Halloween trooper, I
Mhm.
didn't pick it up because there would be just a weird spot. Like it's the same reason I haven't picked up any of the holiday troopers, like the
Sure, sure. Okay.
but
So there's a specific character that you look for when it comes to your photography. So can you kind of explain that process
oh
to us?
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
kind of
sure.
interesting. Yeah.
Like right now what I'm looking for is I collect around the Mandalorian, around Boba Fett, obviously. So anything that Boba Fett would go with, or I could justify Boba Fett being, or Jedi Fallen Order too, because Cal is awesome. So Empire era, a lot.
Definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely. Okay. All
I
right.
do have some of the sequel era stuff, but there's not that much of it, and yeah,
It's just not that great, is it?
yeah. I mean, most of it not really, because like Ray could have been handled so much better if she would have got the Legends treatment of seeing a Jedi that is struggling with psychometry, that's picking stuff up, seeing the past, seeing how corrupt it could make her, like then realizing she's a Palpatine destined for all this darkness,
All right.
then choosing light. But none of that ever happened.
No, it was very shallow. If you would
Hmm.
ask me, it's a very shallow character and just not, the deepness that they went with it just didn't really. It wasn't interesting. I didn't think.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was an interesting character. It was just kind of a girl Luke Skywalker.
yeah.
It wasn't.
It almost seemed like her whole decision was, I don't really want the red lightsaber.
Right, I just want
Yeah,
the yellow one.
yeah.
Give me the yellow one. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, how are you feeling about Black Series with everything Hasbro's doing right now? A lot of repaints, as we know, a lot
Yeah.
of rehashes. Has that changed your feeling towards Black Series, or are you pretty much just, I'm a loyal fan and I'm
Yeah.
gonna get what I'm gonna get?
I mean, honestly, there's a lot I would change about Black Series. Like,
Okay,
there is no consistency with the pricing too. Like, you'll get something that's deluxe. Like, I'm a sucker for Boba Fett, so I have a lot of Boba Fett's that should not be deluxe figures that are deluxe priced. Like, the throne room Boba Fett.
right.
I don't
Oh,
get why that.
perfect example. Perfect
Yeah,
example. Hmm.
yeah. Like,
Yep.
I can maybe justify it with the paint on the Empire Strikes Back one, but you know, um,
Yep.
and the troopers, it makes sense for a few of the repaints that they've done, but some of them do need new molds to. I'm gone away.
You're good.
Oh, okay, I don't know
Yeah,
why
you're
something opened up on my computer and I couldn't see me.
you're still good.
Oh, okay. Um, lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh, but like some of the repaints, like they had the Imperial Guards, right? The
Hmm.
Shadow Guards.
Hmm.
That's not what they look like in the game, so they shouldn't have done a repaint there. But I can,
Exactly. Should have been new mold. Yep.
yeah. But troopers, like some of the clone troopers, I can understand because I mean, they are the same armor, just painted. You know,
Right, right. Well, the choices would the choices because they still have the two molds of the clone trooper. So of
yeah,
course, the clone trooper that they want the most of, that everybody wants, is the 501st, right?
yeah,
They use the old mold for the archive
yeah,
instead of using the new mold, which I just got two of the 13th Battalion clone troopers, and those are vastly superior when it comes to sculpt and it comes to mold.
yeah,
And it's like that's probably going to be another opportunity where they'll be like, okay, well, we released 501st in the old mold. Let's release it in the new mold. We'll sell even more because that's what people are going to want to see.
yeah. And
So,
it'll probably be in some random 2-pack with some random
exactly.
character that doesn't have anything to
Exactly.
do with it. Yeah, that's like
Exactly.
one thing that bothered me about the carbonized 2-pack
Hmm.
because those two characters did not really interact that much in Obi-Wan.
I don't
Like,
think
I
at
don't
all. Maybe in that
yeah,
one scene
yeah,
where
that's what I was
the
thinking. The
fire,
one
but
yeah,
that's
the
it. Yeah,
fire, that's it. And so why not, if you're gonna have him, be a carbonized Obi-Wan with him?
exactly.
But
That would make more sense. Or, I mean, we've done a carbonized Vader, maybe do like a carbonized, something else, something
yeah,
new. Don't give us that. Especially the thing that I think is a problem too, and I don't want to go on a huge rant with this. We talked
yeah,
about this last week, but just doing it to do it is not really what we're looking for.
yeah,
Just carbonizing it and doing it to a figure that's already on clearance, like Ned B. Ned B's already on
yeah.
clearance.
Oh, yeah.
Carbonizing him doesn't make a lot of sense. I remember the best carbonized figure. You tell me if you've got this, the Sith Trooper. The Sith Trooper looked great. I mean,
I
it looked
actually missed that one.
fantastic. Oh man, I wish I still had it. I got it at one time, and it looked phenomenal. That's a
Yeah.
trooper I could get behind carbonizing. So you're not really a big fan of the gimmick, then?
Not super just because I can't do the photography with it because then I have to come up with a why is it shiny?
Right.
But I do have the carbonized Boba Fett.
I do too, so I get it.
Yeah.
It's Boba Fett. You got
Yeah,
it right.
exactly.
All right, man. Let me welcome a couple people that rolled in here. T3, what's
Oh,
up,
hey,
Carlos? How you
Tiffany.
doing, my man? And Blue Harvest Toys and Colin from EC
Oh,
Collecting.
hey,
What's
guys.
up, fellas? We got our usual group here. You guys are always sticking with me. I appreciate it. All right, LeBron. So let's keep with the Star Wars Black series
Okay.
because I think that's a big one for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
What figures that haven't been announced so far would you, if you were, say you're running Hasbro,
Yeah.
what figures would you put into production right now that we haven't got a pipeline or any kind of reveal for?
Yeah. So I think it'd be smart to put some out with the games.
Mm,
Like, because the cow sold out real well, both versions.
both versions. Yep.
Um, you had the sister that sold out, but
Yep.
we didn't get the other sister that was in the game.
Right.
Also doing an unmasked version of her, that gives you an excuse to make another figure with just a different head.
Right.
McFarlane does that all the time.
I agree.
So,
I think that would be good. Well, we could even go further than that. We could go to Dark Forces.
oh yeah,
You could get a Jarek. How many
yeah,
people have been begging for a Kyle
yeah.
Katarn for how long?
I
you
wanted a
know,
Star Killer for forever.
a Star Killer,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and
I mean, the Sith Star Killer. I
oh
mean, they
yeah,
did that for Evolutions, and that figure was. I remember having that figure. That figure was phenomenal.
yeah.
It looks so good.
Even
So
Lego
yeah,
did it.
Lego did it. You're right.
Yeah,
Yep, Lego did it
and
too.
like in the new trailer for the Jedi Survivor, it looks. I thought it was Starkiller at first. It looked like the Sith armor
Hmm.
and stuff, but I'll be happy if we get that figure in Black Series, just because
Right,
you know
right.
it's close enough.
Do you think so? I did a little thing a couple weeks ago. Do you think Black Series is going to make it? Do you think that they're going to keep going, or do you think that they're getting close to being done just based on the repaints, the prices, the packaging and stuff? Do you think there's any hope for it to keep going, or do you think we're kind of seeing the last days of it?
I'm kind of hoping it keeps going, but honestly, Hasbro's kind of been doing bad on all fronts, so it's kind of got me worried about everything. But I also think because the vintage line is actually doing pretty good and
Yeah.
doing better, I think things may shift into vintage, or they may do like a half and half. I don't, like a in between scale or something. But
Right. Maybe like
yeah,
a 5-inch scale or 4.5-inch scale. Right.
yeah, or
Yeah.
restarting the Black Series as something else.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that because when they did start the Black Series, they had 3 3/4 inch, and then they had 6 inch for the Black Series. So I'm with you. I think that
Yeah.
I could think we could see that. Okay, all right. Well, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about YouTube, man. What
Okay.
made you decide to get into YouTube?
My daughter was having trouble sleeping, and I'd already been doing figure photography for like on Twitter, and so I started setting it to music, and that's why my first few videos are just music ones.
Okay, all right. How's
Um,
the experience for YouTube been so far for you?
it's been pretty good. I mean, I've got to meet some really cool people, like yourself, and Legacy of Nerd and General Kenobi, T3. Some really cool people, and um, when I started, I thought it was just me. you know,
Right.
and,
Everybody has that misconception, don't they?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and so that's been real cool. And then I took video production when I was in school, and so getting to use some of that.
Okay. So getting to apply some of that to it, which is great.
Yeah,
Nice, nice. Guys, if you haven't subbed to LeBron, go do that right now. There's no reason why you shouldn't. We all do that in this channel. So make sure you go. Also follow him on Instagram. He posts a lot of good stuff on Instagram. So make sure
no,
you guys are following this man everywhere he goes because that's what we are all about.
appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what would you say your goals and your aspirations for YouTube are? Is it monetization? Is it, just kind of doing what you're doing and not worrying about the numbers? Is it to be bigger than anybody else in the world? What are your
Um,
goals?
honestly, I just kind of don't really notice the numbers sometimes, and then my wife will be like, "Hey, you're at 188 and stuff," and I'm like, "Awesome," but yeah,
Nice, nice.
for the most part, I like doing the photography, so it gives me an excuse to do it. And I mean, if I get monetized, I get monetized, and that'd be totally awesome to get paid to basically, take pictures.
Right,
But yeah,
right. Definitely. Yeah. Man, you're gonna have to teach me how not to concentrate on the numbers because man, I just can't seem to do that.
dyslexia really helps because I can't
Okay.
because I can't hold numbers in my head. So I'm like,
Okay.
that may have changed.
Yeah, see, I'm a total numbers guy. Like everything I do, I'm like numbers, numbers, numbers. So yeah, maybe I need to, I don't know what, but
Yeah.
that's good, man. I think that's the right frame of mind to have is to be like, whatever happens, happens. Meeting a lot of cool people, which I know you have. And you've been on shows. You've been on General Kenobi's Bunker. You're on my show. What other shows have you been on?
I've been on Legacy of Nerd.
Legacies. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Awesome, man. Well, how do you enjoy doing this? Do you like doing this? Do you like being on the someone else's show and talking to them and kind of being on the hot seat, being on the grill? Or
Yeah.
does it make you nervous?
Both.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I definitely like it because I mean, I get to talk, and I talk a lot. You can ask my wife and my daughter. But, and I mean, get to meet, more people and stuff. And, you know, Yeah, but definitely nervous.
Yeah, well, I get it, man. Yeah, it's something that you got to get used to,
Yeah.
obviously, and something that takes a little bit of practice. But man, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh,
So,
thanks.
as usual, if you guys have any questions for LeBron, throw them in the chat. So sticking with YouTube, who are your favorite YouTubers right now, and tell me why. They don't even have to be toy hunter, photography related. They can be anything.
Um, so, like my favorite movie one would probably be New Rock Stars. I like looking at the behind the scenes stuff that they do, the Easter egg hunting. Um, I also really like Legacy of Nerds channel. I mean, I watch his stuff a lot, and my daughter watches like all of everyone's toy hunts in the mornings to get ready for school. So
Wow,
that's kind of,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
like,
That's awesome. Well,
yeah,
Saturday cartoons has been replaced with toy hunting videos.
yeah.
Huh?
And then
That's awesome.
she'll watch them and then go, "Can we go to Target?" I'm like, "Natalie, that video's like 6 months old. I don't know what you."
Saw something she wanted, and it's like, well, that's kind of gone now.
Yeah.
That's gone. Is that something that you're considering doing? Being a toy hunter? Because I don't have you done any of that so far?
No, I haven't. Every time I went to record it, something's happened
Mm.
where tried to record Gundam hunting for the first time, and when I looked for the thing messed up the camera,
Mm.
and then people being too loud, so I couldn't hear myself.
Yep.
And also, I feel a little bit special. On on my phone, I've finally figured out I was not using the microphone that I
Oh,
actually hooked myself up to. So
nice.
I was like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
still set on phone." So
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. When you go, there's certain times. I mean, these guys can vouch for that too. But there's certain times I like to go early in the morning when there's not a
yeah,
lot of people. I went today in the afternoon, and what a nightmare! I mean, it's just terrible trying to go on a Sunday afternoon when there's a bunch of people. It just doesn't work. But yeah, man,
mm,
if you ever decide to get into it more, definitely love to see that. I think you do a
okay.
great job. I think your commentary would be fantastic. So
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely. Let's hypothetically, let's say you do. What do you
Mhm.
think your niche would be? Do you think it would be more going towards Target and Walmart? I mean, you kind of have to do
Yeah.
that a little bit, or
Yeah.
do you have a lot of cool toy shops and collectible shops in your area?
I don't have any of those around,
Oh, okay,
but
all
I
right.
would throw in bookstores for real.
Yeah,
Just
that's good.
because,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
especially with doing the Gundams, because Hobby Lobby.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I don't know if you saw on Instagram, I had that big giant stack. Got it for less than $100 because it's 40%
They
off.
always got the 40% off sale. Yeah, yeah. If you're into, I used to still do a little bit the Bandai model kits for Star
Yeah,
Wars. Those things are always 40% off. Even the Transformer ones, which are really cool. I haven't got into those yet, but
yeah,
yeah, always 40%. Hobby Lobby is a great place, not only for that, but it's like the murals. Like you guys
yeah.
probably can't see it, but that Mando mural right there, got
Oh,
that at
that's
Hobby
awesome.
Lobby. Yeah, and they're always really cheap too. They're usually like 20-30 bucks. I mean, you could furnish your entire house with murals just
Yeah.
from Hobby Lobby, and yeah, man, it's a great place. So
Oh,
totally with
I
you.
also get stuff for the miniatures from there and stuff
Right?
too.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
nice,
yeah,
awesome, man, cool. And yeah, you guys are right. Colin's absolutely right. Mornings, go in the morning. I totally agree with that. I think that's the best time, and try to stay away from the weekends too. The
yeah.
weekends, it's just insane. Gary says, I don't know how many times I'm waiting outside a Target for them to open up. He's like the old Mervin's commercial. He's like, open, open, open. Yeah, nice.
I used to work at Kmart and I worked Black Friday and I worked Black Friday in toys, but I would
Oh
go by the
man,
window and just like look at my and go, just walk away.
you are a
So
brave man working in the toy department on Black Friday.
I also
That's
worked at Starbucks on Black Friday.
ooh, I do not envy you. I did that one time. I worked at Walmart in electronics back in '99.
Yeah.
Never again. I quit retail after that, man. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
People are insane.
Yeah.
They're insane all the time, but Black Friday especially.
Oh yeah. And then like, then a customer tries to get uppity with you after that. It's like, I worked Black Friday in toys. What exactly is your plan?
Right. What are you gonna do? I mean, exactly, exactly. T3 goes around 11 a.m. in the Target every pretty dead. Yeah, man. Carlos, I'm glad to see you're doing hunts again, man. So good job. I still got to check out his record. Was it a record hunt? T3, tell me. Well, I think you did a retro record hunt. So I got to check that out. And Joe, what's up, Joe? JMC Collects, he's here. And Colin used to work Toys R Us on Black
I'm
Friday.
sorry, dude.
I don't think I'd be here if I did that. That's horrible, man.
I'd still be having PTSD.
Oh, definitely. Black Friday Circuit City. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Black Friday Circuit City, Best Buy, any of those.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. Horrible, horrible. So tell us a little bit about the people that you've met through Instagram, through YouTube.
Okay.
How's it gone for you, man? I know that you're on the same chat I am on
Yeah.
Instagram, which is a great chat. We've got a lot of these guys are on it.
Yeah.
Give me some positives that you've seen from
Okay.
that whole thing.
So like I really like the chat we're all in because we're there for each other when we need it. Kenobi and Legacy, like I talk to them, at least twice a week. um a Legacy here more lately. We just started a Facebook group
Nice.
for Power Rangers and stuff. So
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, great guys. Every guy you named,
yeah,
Kenobi, Kenobi and we're doing a show together. Legacy, Daniel's awesome.
yeah.
T3, all you guys in the
Yeah, I
chat.
was about to say
Colin,
T3 is
Joe,
awesome.
Gary, all
Yeah.
you guys. If I missed anyone, all you guys are
Yeah, I
awesome.
feel bad. I that's why I was hesitant about naming names. I'm like, I'm gonna forget somebody's name.
Right. Dre, we got to call out
Yeah,
Dre.
yeah.
Uh,
See,
yep.
Dre,
Dre.
Dre
Art,
even gave me
got to
his
call out
number and
Art. We got to
stuff. And
call out Luis. Got to call out Luis.
Flex.
Dave. We called out
Yep.
Dave. Yeah, Flex. Yep, got to call out him. Yep. Do we miss anybody? I don't think we missed anybody, did we?
Yeah,
I think we
and
got
then
everybody.
I don't know how many of people here know collecting Star Wars.
Oh, dude, Steve-O is the man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to get him on this show, man, but he's just a very busy guy.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, his ears
Yeah,
must have been
there he
ringing. What's
is.
up, Kenobi? Yeah, we're just talking
Yeah.
about you, buddy. How you doing?
Steve-O is actually the guy that got me to start my YouTube channel.
Steve-O is an amazing man.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy. He's a very positive guy, and he's got a right frame of
Yeah.
mind, and he's just he has fun with it. He's a guy. You guys probably have all seen him collecting Star Wars. If you haven't, go sub to him. But man, talk about a guy who has fun with his YouTube channel. He
Yeah.
does. He does great. He does great. So awesome, man. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Power Rangers. You're
Okay.
going to do talking because I don't know
Okay.
nothing about Power Rangers. We
Oh,
talked in the back about I found and Legacy you can chime in too. I was at Walmart and I don't know if this is new or not. You can tell me, but I found a Super 7 Dragon Zord. Then of course it had the little security wrapping and everything
Yeah.
like that. So have you seen that? Give us a little bit of a thing on that if
So
you have.
I haven't seen one in person yet,
Okay.
but I have seen them. They are cheaper than the Zap Megazords. They're very detailed and stuff, and from what I can tell, they're better done than the Super 7 Rangers, because there has been some issues with the Super 7 Rangers, especially the arms. But yeah, it comes with a lot of detailing stuff. I mean, honestly, it would be really good for photography, but just haven't found one yet.
So are you talking about, okay, so this one, I hope we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
So this one was in a box like
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We're talking
so we're talking about the same one. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if we were talking about the Ultimates or if we were talking about the
Yeah.
other, because I know there's an Ultimates of the Dragon Zord too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got the Dragon Zord logo on the coin on the
Right.
top. Yeah.
Right. Yep. Nice, not trend. Yeah, it looked great, man. It was like $85 though, and Walmart they were charging $20
Yeah.
for the reaction Power Rangers figures, which I was
Walmart's went
$20.
crazy.
Holy
Like
crap! I mean, like,
I went there figure hunting not too long ago, and a figure that was $22 everywhere else. It was my first time seeing it in the wild though, because our Walmart is stupid. But it was $26.17.
wow. What figure was that?
It was the Lunar Wolf Silver Power Ranger.
And that's like a basic.
Yeah, it's
your
a
basic
basic figure that I could understand it being 25 because that's the base price now.
Right.
But it was $26.17 before tax or anything.
Man.
And so I was like, did they go up? Checked everywhere and nowhere else. Even checked on the Walmart site when I got home, because I had the app opened up and saw the price. Checked it when I got home. It still wasn't supposed to be that much. So they're even more expensive in the store than they are on the site.
Wow. That's insane. You kind of wonder if that was an error. Because did you notice that any other Hasbro products had gone up, or was it just
so it was all of them.
wow. Black Series and Transformers and G.I. Joe too, huh?
Yeah, my daughter collects the Sonic figures. They had went up an extra $1.16 too. It looked like everything had went up about 7%.
That's insane, man. Because there was no warning with that. No, nobody's
Exactly.
made any. That happens. I've noticed that at
Yeah.
Target. All of a sudden, you'll hit like 26, and it's like, well, I noticed
Yeah.
that with Power Rangers a couple months ago. They were with the ninjas. They were
Yeah.
26.49, and it's like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah. I
When
mean,
did they do that? You
at
know?
least them, they're a deluxe figure, so I mean, it makes sense for them to be a little more because they charge more for exclusives now because
Right, right. Yeah, yeah,
but
exactly. Those were an exclusive, you said?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, the silver one was just a base figure that's released everywhere and everything, but
right.
yeah, but
Honestly, man, I've found better prices at my local toy shops than Target or Walmart anymore. I've
y-
gone to several where I can go and get an older Black Series figure. I
yeah,
found Captain Cardinal for $20 the other
yeah,
day.
I saw
It's
your
like,
video about that,
yeah,
and
you and I
I
were chatting
was
about that on
yeah,
the
I
video.
was
Yeah,
sitting there going, I want some of
yeah,
those.
and it's like, well, I'm gonna go to Michael Cherry. Him and I were talking about meeting up there because it's like I could find all this old stuff that's less than retail, $20. I found a
Yeah,
speeder bike for 60, and it's like, well, I go on eBay and that's $100. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's insane. So Carlos says, "Oh, by the way, welcome, Michael Cherry. I was just talking about you, buddy. Stores by region dictate pricing. That makes sense. That
yeah,
I see that a lot on Centuries. Century lives in New York, so they got the higher prices. You look at the Black Series Boba Fett, it's like 41.99 where Century goes.
yeah,
But if you look at it where I go or you go, it's 33.99. So that does make sense. But for you to see that and you know,
yeah. It
that
just kind
just
of went
seems
up out of
weird.
nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that seems
and
very odd.
it would also make more sense if
Ah,
oh, hey, collecting Star
hey,
Steve-O.
collecting stuff. Every time we say a name,
Yeah,
they show up.
just starting
What's up,
to
Steve-O? Dude, I
need to
still got
just
to
go
get you
through
on
my
this show,
slots.
buddy. We talked about that a while ago. I got to get you on this show, Steve-O. What's
Yep,
up, man? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming by, buddy. I'm so happy. He was actually, guys, prayers for Steve-O. He's come out of it, but he was actually in the hospital a while back. So glad to see he's doing good. Glad to see he's back on the mend. So glad to have you here, buddy. All right, LeBron. So,
yep,
other than collecting
yep.
YouTube, what are your other hobbies? What else are you into?
I also game a lot.
Okay,
I started doing on my channel. I'm playing back through Jedi Fallen Order before the new game comes out. Um, but yeah, always video games.
nice,
Um,
nice. Was that something that you've been doing since you were a kid?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the stories my dad always told me was how he got me to walk was he held out a Nintendo controller and would pull it back to get me to try to walk forward.
What was your favorite game as a kid?
My favorite game as a kid was Super Star Wars.
Excellent game.
Yeah,
Excellent game. Great
yeah,
choice. I don't know why I'm surprised that you said that, but
yeah.
were you a Mario kid at all? Are you
Uh,
excited for that movie?
I'm probably going to see it.
Mhm.
Just my daughter loves
Right.
Mario, so
Right.
yeah. But yeah, also the Death and Return of Superman was one of my favorite ones too.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever
Okay.
played that.
I did not. No, I wasn't a
Uh,
huge gamer. No.
oh, okay. It was a side scroller beat 'em up, like the Ninja Turtles arcade game, but Superman.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's great. Any other hobbies besides that?
Um, I'm kind of lame. I paint.
Oh, nice.
All the displays in my background, either me or my wife made. Sometimes we made them together. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So with your photography, I know you
Yeah.
spend a good amount of time doing it.
Okay.
Do you have any aspirations to kind of take it to the next level? And do you ever sell any photographs that you do or anything like that, or any plans
Um,
to in the future?
I've never even considered that.
No.
um, yeah. Like, that would be awesome. Like I said, just never really thought of that. I'm still amazed that people will watch my YouTube channel and watch look at my pictures. So every time they get one like, I'm like, oh wow.
It is amazing. It is amazing when you start doing that. When you start a YouTube channel and you're like, wow, I can't believe that there's 20 people out here that liked my thing, what I did. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of screwing around. It is really amazing. Then it's like, I get on here, I can't believe there's 13 people watching you and me bullshit.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Or like talking
it's
about,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, the only reason I asked you about the photography is I know Greg
yeah,
Cook. You know Greg Cook. Everybody
yeah,
knows Greg Cook. I know he does that a lot. And one of his things is he does a lot of photography. He's really good at it, like yourself.
yeah.
And he
Oh,
sells a lot of stuff and he
thanks,
does
man.
great work. But man, I think you're right up there with them.
Oh,
So,
thanks, man. I appreciate
maybe
it.
something to consider.
Yeah.
Man, make some funds at it while you're doing it because you got a great eye, man. You're doing great.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, absolutely. So cool, man. Well, let's get back to Star Wars a little
Okay.
bit. Again, guys, if you have any questions for LeBron, please let him know. Um, Grail. Let's talk Grails for a minute.
Yep.
If you had a Grail, which you probably do, what is it, and do you think you'd be able to get it?
So if you had asked me a few months ago, it was going to be the Bastila, but they're
You're getting it.
re-releasing her. So
You're getting
yeah,
it,
so
man.
I'm like,
You're getting it.
well, um, so I missed out on it, but the black Boba Fett armor from the comic storyline.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Getting a little expensive. Getting a
Oh yeah,
little expensive. Yeah, I think he's pushing what, 70, $80.
yeah,
It's a lot for one figure. Yeah.
yeah, and I kind of can't justify it to myself, and I'm like, well, that's one video compared to, if I buy, something else I'm wanting that,
Right. Right. Are there any lines out there that you're not in that you kind of want to get into?
um, so there is a few of them, especially the Super 7 and NECA turtles. Like
Mm,
I love Ninja Turtles. I just don't do a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff on my phone. I mean, on my channel because there's not a lot of NECA's really sparse around here too. So,
yeah, I think that's the case everywhere. Did you see anything for Hall of Fun?
no,
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm with you, man. It's very. There was one store I saw the cop, and then I saw some of the 3 packs. I don't really dabble in those, but yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fierce out there. There's been videos of people getting in fights and everything else. Did you see those Super 7 reveals for the Ninja Turtles
Oh yeah,
last week?
yeah.
Man, that Racky
Uh,
looks like shit, dude.
yeah, yeah. So, and I like the IDW Rat King, how he
Oh yeah,
originally
yeah,
looked,
yeah,
like
yeah,
all like
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
I also
yeah.
collect comics too, but I don't.
Oh, okay. All right,
But
cool,
yeah,
cool, cool. Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting into TMNT.
yeah,
Awesome, man. Actually, let me show you one that I got. This is like the surprise of the year right now for me. So this is the best action
yeah.
crane. This is a $30
That's
figure.
awesome.
Dude, it's really good.
Yeah,
Like
and it's so
this
much
line
bigger than the
sucks.
turtles like Kang should be.
Yep. Yep. So let me show you here. So there's a turtle
Yeah.
and there's Crane. So it's like, yeah, I mean, but amazing job. These suck, but this is an amazing job. So I mean, if you're starting out and you want something affordable,
Yeah.
$30. And guys, if you guys the NECA one's really expensive too. He's pushing like 70, $80.
Yeah.
But if you want a crane with the Android body and you don't want to pay the NECA prices, definitely recommend this one.
Yeah.
So
I've in that line I've got Michelangelo and I've got Shredder. But
the Shredder's not bad either.
yeah,
Yeah, the Shredder's okay.
my only problem with him is he's too small.
His
Like,
hands are really tiny.
yeah, exactly. He's got little
Yep.
baby hands.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's definitely, man. I'm with you. That's definitely one I would definitely recommend getting into. How about me and Gary will go in this. How about GI Joe Classified? Any interest
Uh
there?
yeah, I had a lot of GI Joes when I was younger and stuff, and like I keep liking the classified and stuff, and keep looking at they have like such great molds and
Oh, they're
everything.
fantastic.
Yeah, and every time I go to grab one, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, this is gonna be what I get, and then I see something else that I'm like, actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's a great line, man. I said this to Jeff. I actually think it's the best line they're doing right now. And a lot of
yeah.
people have been saying that. But I unboxed Kamakura and Sergeant Slaughter recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really good figures, guys. Really good. So Gary, Ed got us into it, but it was it was all right. How about Transformers? Are you a Transformer guy at all?
Was when I was younger,
Okay.
because pretty much anything Bandai, that's what got me into Gundams was Transformers.
Gotcha.
Because when you're younger, you're kind of dumb, and I didn't realize that Wing Zero wasn't a Gundam. I mean, wasn't a Transformer,
Yep. Yep.
and so yeah.
Yep. Yep. Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, I've got a whole slew of Transformers, and they're great. So definitely
Yeah.
recommend it too if you ever decide. How many action figures would you say you have right now between all the lines you collect
Um,
and everything? What take? Give me a ballpark.
I have no idea. There, you can see
You got a
those.
lot, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll try to move out the way a little bit. Uh, and it goes down further, and then there's two more bookshelves on the other side of the room. That I'm in the living room right now.
Gotcha.
So the TV's in between there, and then there's all my DC and stuff's over there. But
Okay, nice.
and then that's
Yeah.
not including the Lego that's randomly throughout the room
Oh,
too.
okay. So you're into Lego too?
Yeah.
Nice. How many Lego sets do you think you have?
Oh yeah, that's way more harder to say because some of them are not even mine. My daughter buys them too. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah.
Cool, man. All right. So let's go back to the comments a little bit. All right. So
Mhm.
here's one from Carlos. LeBron, do you collect video games?
Yes. Yeah. I did have a lot more physical copies than I used to, but I talked about fire. Um, but now I do still have a lot of video games, but most of them are digital now.
Okay.
But I do still collect for the Switch, of course, and DS and stuff like that.
Do you have any vintage ones? Atari, Super Nintendo, Nintendo,
I
anything like
thought
that?
I did. Um, just a little thing. My grandmother died in October,
Oh,
and
sorry to hear that.
oh no, it's okay. You didn't kill her. The shower did. And so, yeah. I thought they were at her house, and then they weren't. So my guess is one of my sisters sold them.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Um. So yeah, Carlos says, "Yeah, Joe classified second favorite line. I'm gonna guess Marvel's your favorite." And then he wants to know, do you watch the Pixel Game Squad?
No, I haven't. Never.
What is the
Really.
Pixel Game Squad?
Um, I know it's retro gaming and stuff, but
Gotcha. Okay, I have no idea what that was.
yeah, you're good. I
I
haven't
just asked
watched
the
it yet.
questions, man.
Yeah, you're
I just
good.
asked the questions. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool, cool, man. Any sports? You play any sports or anything like that?
I used to till I messed up my knee. Messed my knee up really bad doing track. My body stayed like that, and I did a T
Oh,
frame. Yeah,
ouch.
so can't really run anymore. And
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha. What do you watch any sports? What sports are you into?
baseball.
Baseball. Hey,
Yeah,
hey, you're even better in my book now, buddy. Who's your team? Who do
Red
you?
Sox.
Red Sox.
Yeah,
Okay, all
it's real
right.
fun living near Atlanta and being a Red Sox fan.
I was gonna
'Cause everyone
say.
yeah, they're always like, "Oh, so you're from Boston?" I'm like, "No, I'm from I'm from
Right.
Tennessee." But
There you go. So not an Atlanta fan, huh?
yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well,
yeah,
what is it about the Red Sox? You've always been a Red Sox fan?
so my dad took me to a game when I was little, and it was a Braves and Red Sox game, and I just liked the Red Sox better. When you're a kid, you kind of pick it by colors, and
Yeah.
you know,
Right. Yeah. You're like, well, this one looks good. Let's go with that one.
yeah.
Nice. 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 What is it about baseball that you love? What draws you to the game?
Um, Honestly, it's like so with football, it seems like I know there is strategy to it, but it's less of a like form to it. I don't know how to really explain
Oh,
that.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
with baseball, it is the team is working together for a goal, not everybody going after one thing for their
Right.
self.
It's
So
strategic. It's like
yeah,
chess. It's like,
exactly.
it's like, you know, how can we stop the pitcher or the batter? What
Yeah.
have you watched any games with the new rules? What do you think about the new rules?
Honestly, I haven't watched any.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you it's ridiculous. It's funny because yeah, I know we're getting away from collecting and
Oh,
and
you're good.
reading and stuff, guys. So just
Well,
deal
they
with the
got
base.
starting lineups and stuff, so
Right. We're
it's still in
talking
the
starting
realm.
lineups. Deal with the baseball talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they've got this pitch clock. Okay. So the pitcher has so long to throw the ball, but can't throw the ball until the batter's in the box. So the batter has to get in the box by the time the clock says 8 seconds. Now I know
Yeah.
this is the first thing you're thinking about when you're up to bat because you got a
Yeah.
100-mile-an-hour ball coming at your head, but I need to be in the box with 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's really weird, man. It's
Yeah.
really weird. And
I
they've
remember
messed with
like
the
the
kids.
'90s, it was okay to aim at the players.
Oh Oh yeah, you could throw at some
Yeah,
guy's head and be like, "Hey,
yeah,
well, you know what? He
yeah,
shouldn't have showed off during that home run. That
yeah.
serves him
That's why
right."
he had the helmet on.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, they used to throw when Babe Ruth played, they used to throw at each other's heads then.
Yeah,
It was part of the game. It
exactly.
was when you ruin the game, it's like guys like you and me are like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. What's up, Hollywood? Nerd affiliated. What's up, my
What's up?
man? Let's see. So T3 says Red Sox had Babe Ruth, so I'd pick them over the Braves. I mean, yeah, I'm with you, man. Babe Ruth was. Who do you think your favorite baseball player is right now?
Honestly, don't have one right now.
No, no.
No, because the Red Sox. I'm still a Red Sox fan, and you know what they've been doing.
Getting rid of everybody.
Yeah. So it's like, oh no, I like them. No, no, it's okay. We'll go over there.
Bogarts is gone.
Yeah.
They got rid of a lot of people. Yeah, they did. They did.
And they're
Yeah.
not doing anything smart with these trades. They're like,
It's like they're
basically
just trying to dump salary. Trying to
exactly
dump
like
guys.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like doing some sort of like producer scheme where they're like, okay, we'll just insure the seats for a lot of money, and then nobody will turn up. We'll make money.
Right. Well, and that's what they count on. They count
Yeah,
on there's going to be asses in the seats no matter what we do.
yeah,
I'm from Colorado and the Rockies, who are an absolute train wreck. That's what they do. So what they do up there, they put basically a frat party above your head and just have all these kids and stuff and serve alcohol like crazy. And they're like, well, we're going to make our money if our team's good or not. So we might as well just do this. And it's like, well, okay, I
yeah.
guess. Whatever. Did Billy Bean move on to the Red Sox? No. No, I don't think he did. And sports are getting lame. I agree. There's a lot of going. Give me your thoughts on this. I think this is an
Yeah,
interesting question. There's a lot of people that think the NFL scripted. Now,
yeah,
obviously, you can't script out an entire game to say this
yeah,
guy throws the ball, this guy's going to catch it. But certain points where the game turns and you're like, that doesn't look right. People
yeah.
think it's scripted. What are your feelings on that? Do you think there's anything to that, or you think it's all coincidence?
Honestly, I kind of think it is because I mean, there's so many, especially I mean, not just you know, how long did everybody know the Patriots were cheating?
Right, right,
Nobody did anything about it.
right.
So if there was actually a rule based system, then the Patriots would have been in trouble. You know,
And it's kind of the same way what you're saying now. How is it the Chiefs got all these calls going their way, what against the Bengals, against the Eagles, and it's like these were game turning decisions.
yeah,
The part with the Bengals before they kicked the field goal, that was a third and whatever, got
yeah,
closer, they kicked the field goal.
yeah,
And T3's right. This year, I mean that call at the end,
yeah.
the guy barely touched him.
And
So
how
I'm
many of
with you,
these
man.
games are being completely changed once one bad call gets made?
Yep.
So
It
it
just
definitely
changes
makes
the
it seem,
momentum.
yeah,
Yep. I
it
agree with
makes
you.
it seem completely like, it's like, okay, well, they didn't know they weren't supposed to win or something.
Right.
Yeah, like,
We gotta remind them that they're supposed to win.
yeah,
Right. The Atlanta Falcons throw the fourth quarter every game.
yeah.
I don't really I know they do that in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. Yeah, but mm, that's a shame, man. Are you a Falcons fan?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of anything Georgia related, really.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Gotcha.
but
Yeah, that's always people always assume that because you're from a state or you live
yeah,
in a state that you're automatically a fan of those
yeah,
teams and everything else. So and T3 says Super Bowl this year had to be scripted. Oh, and you're enjoying the XFL. The XFL is interesting. That's if you guys don't know, that's owned by The Rock. And they keep trying that thing, and it's like, don't know. Steve-O, I'm with you. I hope starting lineup goes baseball. I'm with you. I hope they
yeah.
go baseball and football too. I hope they stick to the $30 price point because I saw your review, Steve-O, on the basketball hoop. It looked great, and I think the figures look great. But what they need to do is they need to bring in some vintage. So
They
like
need
if they
their
did
tattoos
football.
too.
Well, yeah, they need the tag.
Yeah.
It's right. It doesn't look official.
Yeah, that's not
It's
LeBron James. That is some random person playing football. I mean, playing basketball in LeBron James's
right.
jersey.
Right. If I'm gonna get into starting lineup, I want to see the old guys that I watched when I was a kid. I want to see Emmitt Smith. I
Exactly.
want to see John Elway. I want to see Marino. I want to see
Yeah.
Montana, Rice. I think that would, you know, Asbro's very good at hitting nostalgia. I think that would hit the mark greatly. Is that something you think you'd be interested in if they did that?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that when I was since I was born, there was starting lineups on my wall,
Oh
like,
yeah, those
so
were huge back in the day, man.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and so I mean, those would definitely be, something because I
Yep.
mean, also people don't connect with the new ones as much because
No, no,
they,
because of what we talked about with the
yeah,
cheating and
yeah,
stuff, right? It's hard to get on the Mahomes bandwagon because
exactly,
Mahomes is kind of the golden boy now. They're
yeah,
gonna kiss his ass and they're gonna do whatever they want with them now because he's kind of the chosen one.
yeah,
It's not like back in the day. Back in the day, everybody thought Montana was the golden boy,
yeah,
or Reno, or Elway, or whoever it was. Now, JMC is absolutely right. That was real football. You could actually hit a guy going over the middle, and it was fine. It's no
yeah,
big deal. And now, absolutely. But Steve-O, you're absolutely right. MJ all day. MJ.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to see LeBron James. No offense to your name. I don't. I want to see MJ. I want to see MJ. I want to see Bird. I want to see Magic. I want to see guys like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, they're getting to the point where they're almost bringing out the tee for them.
Oh
Just
yeah.
bring out the little tee ball and,
Yeah. Just
uh,
just hit it that way. You
yeah, I
know.
mean, they could save money on pitchers that way too.
Well, it's just crazy. It's just crazy that we've going back to baseball a little bit.
Mm,
Like we said, it's like a chess match, right? Where
yeah,
you want to position your pieces in the right spot. You want to position. Now they've been told, well, you can't put, if you got a guy who pulls the ball, hits the ball this way all the time, you can't put all your guys right here
yeah.
because that's not fair. And it's like, well, that's just,
It's not supposed
you're
to be fair. It's supposed to
exactly,
be you are playing
exactly.
against another team. You know, I don't
It's
remember
about
ever playing Mortal
outsmarting.
Kombat and going, "Oh, well, you know what? You actually can't use your specials because I don't know them."
Oh, you don't tell me you never did the two player where you're there by yourself and you picked them and you just beat the crap out of the guy to work on your fatalities. Everybody
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I played Soul Calibur so much, I can play Soul Calibur without looking at the screen just by the sound of the feet on the different
Nice.
tile and grass
Nice. Nice. That's
doing that.
awesome, man.
But
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So Carlos says Michael Jordan's the best ever. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't care how many points LeBron scores. He couldn't hold his jockstrap.
Yeah.
Um, T3 says, I think the tattoo thing is because tattoo artists want to be compensated. Well, that would make sense.
I mean, I would even settle for a different tattoos.
Well, just
Just
mark it up a little bit
yeah,
so
just
it's
like
got,
yeah.
or throw a sleeve on him.
Yeah,
Color it
exactly.
up to where he's got a sleeve or something. LeBron's been known to wear a sleeve, so
Yeah.
do a sleeve. And Joe, you're absolutely right. It's called strategy. That's what you have to use. And
Yeah.
and the thing with baseball now, guys, is you guys are sports guys too, but
Yeah.
it's to get the game done faster.
Yeah.
Baseball is one of the only non-timed games out there. That and golf. It's
Yeah.
not meant to be rushed. It's not meant to be hurried. If you don't like it, move your ass along and go watch a sport that is.
Yeah.
It's not like, and if you can't handle that, baseball's not for you.
Yeah.
I mean, me, there's nothing better than sitting there with a beer watching 4 hours of baseball on a
Exactly.
summer afternoon, man. Come on. Can't beat that. So, all right, man. Well, I think we've done enough, but dude, great time. Thank you so much for coming
No
on.
worries.
Great time. I'm going to give you a chance to plug yourself. Tell me where we can find you, what you're working on, what the future has in store for you, buddy.
So I'm LeBron Fett on literally every platform that I know about. And I'm doing the Jedi Fallen Order, like I said, playthrough. I have a review for the Dino Fury Green Ranger dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna have a Gundam review, I think, after that, for one of my favorites.
Nice,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But I think that's pretty much everything I can think of. Also, a lot of people dropped in after, but me and Legacy of Nerd started a Facebook group on Facebook, Power Rangers group. So
Nice.
yeah,
Awesome. And once again, guys, if you don't follow him on Instagram, follow LeBron. If you don't sub to him on YouTube, go sub to him. Make sure you're supporting each other as always. Thanks again, man. Great time. Had a lot of fun with you. Guys, thanks so much. A couple things from me. Tomorrow, dropping a new toy hunt video at 8 a.m. There'll be a premiere. So if you guys want to talk to me, I'll be on the premiere as always, talking to you guys what you think about the video. Next week, Matt about toys. Matt will be on. It's gonna be a good time. I know he's a little nervous, but he does nothing to worry about. So Matt, you're gonna be good, buddy.
can't do worse
And
than me.
I know you did great, buddy. You did awesome. So yeah, that's what'll be happening this week. Also going to do probably another review on a figure to be determined later in the week. So you guys keep staying tuned. Check out LeBron. Check out me, and we will see you guys next week with Mad About Toys. Thanks again, LeBron. All you guys in the chat, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next week.